The training facility on Prime Station hummed with activity. Dozens of alien species practiced with their weapons, their movements quick and precise. Lieutenant Maya stood near the observation window, watching two warriors spar with plasma training weapons. The aliens moved fast, their forearms holding weapons and shields, but Maya noticed something. Their movements followed patterns, the same stance before each shot, the same weight shift before dodging. Maya had been on the station for 3 months now. She served as humanity's military liaison to the Galactic Defense Force. Earth had joined the galactic community recently, and most aliens still did not understand humans well. They saw humans as soft, weak, too slow to survive real combat. "The mammal watches," a voice clicked behind her. Commander approached, his mandibles clicking with what Maya had learned was amusement. "Do you study our techniques, perhaps hopping to learn something useful?" Maya turned to face the warrior. He stood nearly 7 feet tall, his exoskeleton gleaming under the facility lights. "Just observing," she said calmly. Observing? Eyes, all 6 of them, focused on her. "Your species has been in space for less than a standard cycle. You have much to observe, much to learn." Other aliens nearby stopped their practice. They sensed potential entertainment. A security officer slithered closer. 3 scientists paused their discussion. The air filled with curiosity and barely hidden mockery. "Humans are fragile," continued. He picked up a training plasma rifle, checking its power setting. "Your reflexes are slow, your bodies break easily. You require constant climate control and specific nutrients. Tell me, Lieutenant, how does your species expect to survive in a galaxy filled with dangers?" Maya kept her expression neutral. She had dealt with this attitude before. "We manage." "Manage," clicked his mandibles again. "Let me show you why your kind should leave combat to species built for it." He activated the plasma rifle, setting it to its lowest power. "This weapon fires plasma bolts at speeds your mammal eyes cannot even track. The energy moves faster than biological nerves can react. No species in the galaxy can dodge plasma fire. We survive through armor, through shields, through natural resistance. But dodge," he gestured with 2 of his arms. "Impossible." "Is that so?" Maya asked quietly. "It is scientific fact. Plasma travels at 30,000 meters per second from the rifle barrel. Neural signals in most species travel at less than 200 meters per second. The mathematics are simple. By the time your brain registers the shot, the plasma has already hit." "Then how do soldiers survive firefights?" "We predict firing lines, we use cover, we trust our armor. We do not rely on dodging individual shots because that is fantasy." Raised the rifle. "Would you like a demonstration? I will use the training setting. It will only sting a little." Ambassador Jin Park, the human diplomatic representative, entered the facility at that moment. She saw the gathering crowd and moved quickly toward Maya. "Lieutenant, perhaps we should." "It's fine, Ambassador," Maya said. She stepped away from the wall, moving to the center of the practice floor. "Commander wants to teach me about plasma weapons." Park's expression tightened, but she said nothing. She knew Maya well enough to recognize that look. Maya had made a decision. The crowd of aliens grew larger. A merchant started taking bets. Most wagered on how many shots it would take before the human admitted defeat. "You understand," said, positioning himself 20 meters away, "that this will hurt. The training setting still delivers a shock. Your soft skin will burn slightly." "I understand." Aimed carefully. His stance shifted slightly, weight moving to his rear legs. His primary arms steadied the rifle while his secondary arms balanced his posture. His eyes locked onto Maya's center mass. Maya watched him, not the rifle, him. The shot fired. Maya moved. The plasma bolt streaked through empty air, striking the wall behind where she had been standing. The crowd went silent. His mandibles stopped clicking. "Lucky," he said, but his voice carried uncertainty. He fired again, faster this time, 2 shots in quick succession. Maya stepped left, then right. Both bolts missed by inches. She barely seemed to hurry. The scientists began murmuring excitedly. The officer moved closer, his vertical pupils widening with interest. "Impossible," said, his voice hardened. "You cannot see the plasma, you cannot react that fast." "You're right," Maya said, "I can't." "Then how?" "I'm not reacting to the plasma, I'm reading you." His confusion was visible. "Reading me." "Your stance changes before you fire, your weight shifts, your eyes focus on where you intend to shoot. Your primary arms tense half a second before you pull the trigger. Maya's voice remained calm, almost gentle. I'm not dodging the shot. I'm moving before you take it. The training facility erupted in conversation. Aliens spoke rapidly in a dozen languages. The scientists practically vibrated with excitement. His mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of agitation. Trix, you have studied body language specifically. I've been on this station for 3 months. I've watched many species train. You all have tells, physical signs before you act. Then you can predict any species. His voice grew cold. Most probably, on Earth, reading body language means survival. Predators telegraph their attacks. So do humans. We learn to see the signs. His posture changed. His mandibles stopped clicking entirely. Maya recognized that stance. Anger. Captain, the station security chief, called out. Stand down. The demonstration is over. But did not lower his weapon. Instead, his secondary arms moved to the rifle's control panel. The power setting shifted. The training indicator light changed from green to red. Commander, his voice sharpened. That weapon is now set to lethal force. The crowd scattered. Several aliens dove behind equipment. Park started forward, but the officer held her back. Maya stood still, her eyes fixed on. Let us see if you can read this, said. His voice carried rage and wounded pride mixed together. Time seemed to slow. Maya saw everything with perfect clarity. Stance, his breathing, the tension in his arms. She knew where he would aim. She knew when he would fire. But she also knew something else. At this range, with this power setting, moving was not enough. The plasma bolt would be wider, hotter, faster. Even if she predicted correctly, the near miss could cause serious burns. So Maya made a different choice. Fired. The plasma bolt erupted from the barrel, a sphere of superheated gas and energy. It crossed the distance in a fraction of a second. Maya's hand came up, her specialized glove extended forward. The plasma bolt struck her palm directly. Energy crackled around her hand. The air shimmered with heat. The smell of burning synthetic materials filled the facility. Every alien in the room expected to see Maya collapse, her hand destroyed. Instead, Maya's fingers closed around the dissipating energy. The thermal gel in her glove redistributed the heat across its entire surface. The material had been designed by human engineers who assumed soldiers might need to handle extreme temperatures in emergency situations. Maya held the pose for 3 seconds. Then she opened her hand, letting the last wisps of plasma energy fade away. Her glove was scorched and smoking, but intact. Her hand beneath it was unharmed. She looked at, on Earth, she said quietly. We have a saying, the best defense is not reacting to the threat. It is understanding the threat so completely that you move before it becomes dangerous. Drop the rifle. The weapon clattered on the floor. He stood frozen, his 6 eyes wide with shock. Maya walked toward him. When she reached the rifle, she bent and picked it up. She checked the safety, then handed it to Captain. I believe this belongs to Station Armory. Took the weapon with shaking hands. Lieutenant, that was. Reckless, Maya offered. Probably. I was going to say impossible. On Earth, impossible just means nobody has tried the right approach yet. Ambassador Park reached Maya, her expression torn between relief and fury. We will discuss your definition of diplomatic behavior later. Yes, ma'am. A scientist approached cautiously. Lieutenant, I am doctor. I observed everything through the security feed. Would you consent to an interview? What you demonstrated contradicts our understanding of combat physics. I did not break physics, Doctor. I just used it differently than you expected. Yes, precisely. Doctor's enthusiasm grew. Your species operates on prediction-based defense protocols rather than reaction-based protocols. This is revolutionary. Before Maya could respond, the facility's communication system activated. A priority alert echoed through the speakers. All command staff report to operations immediately. We have a Code 7 situation. Human vessel HSS Wanderer has been attacked near the nebula. Pirates have captured the crew. Repeat, human crew captured by hostile forces. The facility went silent. Maya's expression changed. The calmness vanished, replaced by something harder. How many crew on the Wanderer? She asked. Captain checked his data pad. 12, all human. The ship was conducting a survey mission in neutral space. Pirates, Ambassador Park said quietly. They will ransom them. Standard protocol is to negotiate while preparing a rescue operation. How long will that take? Weeks, perhaps a month. The Galactic Defense Force must assemble a task force, plan the approach, ensure minimal casualties. A month, Maya's voice went flat. The pirates will have sold them by then, humans from a we will be curiosities, specimens, test subjects. Lieutenant, I understand your concern, but... Maya turned to Captain. I volunteer to lead an immediate extraction. The officer blinked slowly. Immediate? That would be extremely dangerous. We have no intelligence on the pirate base location, their defenses, or... Then we gather intelligence on the way, but we leave now. Lieutenant, Ambassador Park said firmly, you cannot make military decisions for Earth without authorization. Then authorize me, Ambassador. Those are our people. Park studied Maya's face. She saw determination there, and something else. The same quality that had allowed Maya to catch plasma with her bare hand, the willingness to act when others would hesitate. If I authorize this, Park said slowly, you will need a team, and the Galactic Defense Force will insist on observers. Fine, I will take whoever volunteers. I volunteer. Everyone turned, stood, his mandibles clicked once, a sign of determination. I will accompany you, Lieutenant. You have shown me that I do not understand humans as well as I thought. Perhaps working together will teach me. Maya nodded slowly. Anyone else? A medic named Shen stepped forward. Human biology is fascinating. If there are injuries, you will need someone who has studied your species. A small technician named raised one hand. I can handle ship systems and computer infiltration. If the pirates use standard security, I can bypass it. Captain shook his head. This is madness. 4 individuals against an unknown number of pirates. 5, Maya corrected. I am going too. She looked at her unlikely team, a warrior who had just tried to kill her, a medic she had never met, a technician who barely came up to her waist. We leave in 1 hour. Gather your equipment. As the team dispersed, Doctor approached Maya again. Lieutenant, may I examine that glove? The material science alone could. Maya pulled off the scorched glove and handed it to him. Keep it, Doctor, but right now I need to prepare. Of course, but Lieutenant, Doctor's voice grew serious. What you did today will change how the galaxy views your species. You demonstrated abilities that challenge our fundamental assumptions. Good, Maya said. Maybe next time they will not underestimate us. She walked toward the facility exit. Behind her, aliens whispered and stared. The human who caught plasma. The human who moved before the shot was fired. The human who volunteered for a suicide mission to save her people. The HSS Falcon cut through space at speeds that made mandibles click nervously. The small reconnaissance vessel had been designed by human engineers with a simple philosophy. Get to the fight fast, survive long enough to make a difference, and assume repairs would happen later. The ship carried minimal armor and maximum engines. Stood in the cockpit doorway, watching Maya pilot the vessel. She sat in the command chair, her hands moving across controls with practiced ease. The showed stars stretching into lines as they traveled at speeds that considered reckless. Your ships are built wrong, said finally. Maya glanced back at him. Wrong how? No heavy armor, thin hull plating. If we encounter enemy fire, we will be destroyed quickly. Probably, Maya agreed. But we will get to our destination while heavier ships are still building up speed. This is foolish. This is human. Maya returned her attention to the navigation display. We prioritize speed over protection. On Earth, prey animals that run fast survive longer than prey animals that hide well. Predators are the same. The fastest hunters eat, the slowest starve. Shen, the medic, entered the cockpit carrying a medical scanner. Lieutenant, I need to perform a baseline health assessment of all team members. In case of injury during the mission, I must know normal parameters. Go ahead. Shen ran the scanner over Maya's body. His vertical pupils widened. Your heart rate is elevated. Your stress hormones are high. Are you injured? No, that is normal for me right now. This level of physiological stress would indicate severe anxiety in most species. Do you require medication? I am anxious, Shen. 12 of my people are prisoners, but this is manageable anxiety. It keeps me sharp. The looked confused. You embrace the stress response. On Earth, stress exists for a reason. It prepares the body for action. Increased heart rate means more oxygen to muscles. Stress hormones improve reaction time and decision-making in the short term. We evolved to use stress, not fear it. Fascinating. Shen made notes on his data pad. I am beginning to understand why your species survived on a Class 12. The technician worked at a console in the main cabin. Her small hands moved quickly across holographic displays. She had accessed every database on pirate activity in the Nebula region. I have located 7 possible pirate bases within this sector, she announced. Cross-referencing with the HSS Wanderer's last known position, 3 are viable. Maya left the cockpit and joined at the console. Show me. Pulled up a star map. 3 locations glowed red. This one is too small for a ship the size of the Wanderer. This one is in a high-traffic area where galactic patrols are common. This one, she highlighted the 3rd location. This is an asteroid cluster. Sensor interference is high, perfect for hiding a captured ship. That is our target. Maya studied the tactical display. What defenses can we expect? Standard pirate bases use automated plasma turrets, usually 4 to 6 surrounding the docking area. Energy shields protect the main structure. Small patrol craft provide mobile defense. How do we get past the turrets? Hesitated. Galactic Defense Force doctrine recommends overwhelming force. Disable turrets with concentrated fire from multiple ships. We have 1 ship. Yes, which is why doctrine says we should not attempt this. Maya smiled slightly. Good thing we are not following doctrine. Can you analyze turret firing patterns? If we observe them, yes, but we must enter their range to do so. Then that is what we will do. Clicked his mandibles sharply. You intend to deliberately enter a kill zone to study their weapons. Yes. That is insane. That is necessary. Maya pulled up the ship's defensive systems. Our shields can absorb a few hits. We observe, learn their patterns, then exploit the gaps. What gaps? Automated turrets overlap their firing solutions. There are no gaps. There are always gaps. Turrets follow programming. Programming has patterns. Patterns can be predicted. Stared at her. You believe you can dodge plasma turrets the same way you dodged my shot. Not dodge, predict. There is a difference. The journey took 3 days. During that time, Maya trained with her team. She showed how humans sparred, constantly feinting and forcing opponents to reveal intentions. The warrior was skeptical at first, but grew increasingly interested. You do not fight for dominance, observed after a practice session. You fight to understand. Combat is communication, Maya explained. Your body tells me what you plan to do. If I listen correctly, I know your next move before you make it. Warriors train for speed and power. We believe superior force wins battles. Sometimes, but on Earth, many predators are stronger than humans. We survived by being smarter, by reading them, by predicting them. Was quiet for a moment. I apologize for trying to kill you. Maya raised an eyebrow. I thought you were trying to teach me a lesson. I was angry. You made me look foolish in front of others. My pride was wounded. Pride is dangerous in combat. It makes you predictable. You are not angry that I tried to kill you. You failed, and now you are here helping me save my people. Actions matter more than intentions. Shen approached with his medical scanner again. Lieutenant, I must ask, human medical files indicate your species heals remarkably fast compared to most. Is this accurate? Generally, yes. Humans clot blood quickly. Our immune systems are aggressive. We recover from injuries that would kill many species. Why? Because on Earth, injuries happen constantly. A species that cannot heal from minor wounds does not survive long. Our bodies assume damage and repair it. But this must require enormous energy. It does. Humans eat more than most species our size. We need the calories for constant repair and maintenance. Called out from her console. We are approaching the nebula. Sensor interference is increasing. Maya returned to the cockpit and took the controls. Everyone strap in. We are about to enter the asteroid field. The Falcon dove into the nebula, filled with swirling gas clouds and tumbling rocks. Maya piloted with smooth precision, weaving between obstacles that appeared suddenly in the murky visibility. How can you navigate this? Asked, gripping his seat restraints. Sensors are almost useless. I am not using sensors. I am reading the flow patterns. See how the gas moves around larger asteroids. That tells me where the big ones are before I see them. You are predicting asteroid positions. Everything follows patterns. Gas follows pressure gradients. Asteroids follow orbital mechanics. I just need to read the signs. His console beeped. I am detecting the pirate base, bearing 275, range 30,000 kilometers. Good, reduce speed. I want to observe before we commit. The Falcon drifted closer, using the asteroids for cover. Maya brought them to a position where they could see the base, but remained hidden in the nebula's interference. The base was exactly as predicted, a series of connected modules built into the largest asteroids. The HSS Wanderer sat docked to one module, looking small and vulnerable. 6 plasma turrets rotated slowly, covering all approaches. Start recording turret movements. I need firing patterns, rotation speeds, and sensor sweep timing. Recording. Worked silently for an hour, her equipment gathering data. Maya studied the base through visual magnification. She counted ships, identified power signatures, noted patrol routes. 15 pirates visible, she said quietly. Probably more inside. The Wanderer shows no damage. They want the ship intact. That is good news. Why? Shen asked. Because it means they want to sell everything. The ship, the crew. They will keep our people alive until they find buyers. What kind of buyers? His voice carried disgust. Research facilities, collectors, anyone curious about species. Maya's expression hardened. Humans are new to the galaxy. Some will pay high prices for live specimens. The cockpit fell silent. The implications were clear. Finished her analysis. I have complete turret patterns. Lieutenant, these defenses are actually predictable. The turrets rotate on fixed timers. They overlap coverage, but there are brief moments where gaps appear in the firing solution. How brief? 2 to 3 seconds, 4 times per rotation cycle. That is enough. Maya pulled up a navigation plot. Here is what we will do. We approach from this vector. When the gap appears, we sprint through. The turrets will track us, but if we are fast enough and time it correctly, we reach the docking bay before they achieve lock. That is impossible, said. The margin of error is too small. For automated systems, yes, but I am not automated. I can adjust in real time. You are betting all our lives on your reflexes. No, I am betting our lives on my ability to predict. There is a difference. Maya gave them time to prepare. Shen checked medical supplies, loaded data on the base layout into portable devices, inspected weapons, his mandibles clicking softly in what Maya had learned was nervous habit. Are you frightened? Maya asked him. Yes, are you? Yes. But you hide it well. Fear is information. It tells me the situation is dangerous, but I do not let it control my actions. On we believe fear is weakness. On Earth, we believe fear is survival instinct. The people who felt no fear died doing stupid things. The people who felt fear and acted anyway survived. The time came. Maya moved the Falcon into position. She watched the turrets rotate through their cycles. Once, twice, 3 times. She learned their rhythm in her bones. Hold on, she said quietly. The 4th cycle began. Maya counted seconds in her head. The gap would appear in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She punched the engines to full power. The Falcon shot forward like a missile. Plasma turrets tracked them immediately. Targeting systems screamed warnings, but Maya was already moving, adjusting course with tiny corrections. She was not reacting to the turrets. She was following the path she had predicted, the narrow corridor in space and time where plasma could not reach. A turret fired, the bolt passed behind them. Another fired, Maya rolled the ship, the plasma missed by meters. 3 more turrets achieved lock and fired simultaneously. Maya had already adjusted course. All 3 bolts converged on empty space. They crossed the gap in 2.7 seconds. The Falcon slammed into the docking clamps with enough force to rattle everyone's teeth, but they were inside the base perimeter. The turrets could not fire without hitting the base itself. Impossible, whispered. No, Maya corrected, unbuckling from her seat. Just difficult, now comes the hard part. She moved to the weapons locker and began distributing equipment. Plasma rifles for those trained with them. Stun batons for close combat, breaching charges for locked doors. Remember, Maya said as they geared up, we are not here to fight unless necessary. We locate our people, we get them to the ship, we leave. And if the pirates resist? Shen asked. Maya checked her rifle's charge. Then we teach them why attacking humans is a bad idea. They moved to the airlock, connected her portable computer to the base's external systems. I am bypassing their security. This will take a moment. Alarms suddenly blared throughout the base. Red lights flashed. They know we are here, said. Of course they do. We just crashed through their defenses. Maya positioned herself at the airlock door. How long? 10 seconds, 5-3, got it. The airlock opened. They entered the base. The corridor beyond was empty. Emergency lights cast red shadows. The walls were industrial metal, scratched and worn. The air smelled of recycled atmosphere and machine oil. Maya moved forward, her rifle ready. The others followed in formation they had practiced during the journey, covered the rear. Shen stayed in the middle with medical equipment, monitored electronic systems. They had traveled 3 corridors when they encountered the first pirates. 2 guards rounded a corner, plasma rifles in hand. They did not expect the humans to be already moving. Maya had heard their footsteps 5 seconds earlier. She knew they were coming. When they appeared, she was already in motion. She did not shoot. Weapons fire would alert more pirates. Instead, Maya closed the distance in 2 quick steps and struck the first guard in the throat with her rifle stock. He collapsed, gasping. The second guard tried to aim. His combat training kicked in. His powerful arm swept the rifle aside. His other arm delivered a precise strike to the guard's head. Both pirates lay unconscious in seconds. Quick thinking, Maya said to. You moved before they appeared. I simply followed your lead. They bound the guards and continued. Maya led them through the base with confidence that surprised the others. She moved like she knew where she was going. How do you navigate? Asked quietly. I have the base layout, but you barely look at it. Prisoners will be held away from critical systems. Near life support, but not near command areas. In a base this size, that limits options. Also, I am listening. Listening for what? Human voices. Our people are here somewhere. If I listen carefully, I can hear patterns in the background noise. Clicked his mandibles softly. You are predicting even this. Everything makes patterns. Even chaos has structure if you look closely enough. They descended 2 levels. Maya stopped at an intersection and pointed left. That way. How do you know? Shen asked. Because I hear something different down that corridor. A hum that sounds like human environmental controls. We set our life support slightly different from most species. They found the holding cells 3 minutes later. A reinforced door blocked their path, connected her computer and began working on the lock. This will take longer. Military-grade security. Maya knelt beside the door. Anyone inside? This is Lieutenant Maya, Earth Defense Force. Silence, then a voice, female and cautious. Maya, is that really you? Yes, we are here to get you out. Who am I speaking with? Captain Hayes, HSS Wanderer. Is this a Galactic Defense Force rescue? Not exactly. We are a smaller team. Can you tell me everyone's status? All 12 crew present. Minor injuries, no serious trauma. But Maya, they are moving us soon. I heard the guards talking. Someone made a big offer. They are taking us to territory in 6 hours. Maya's expression went cold. Not if I can help it. Hayes, once this door opens, I need your crew ready to move fast. We will be ready, but Maya, there are at least 20 pirates in this base. You cannot fight that many. I will not fight them unless they make me. His computer beeped. Lock bypassed, door opening. The heavy door slid aside. 12 humans rushed out, their expressions showing relief and determination. Captain Hayes, a woman in her 40s with short gray hair, embraced Maya briefly. Good to see you, Lieutenant. Good to see you too, Captain. We need to move now. But alarms suddenly blared louder. A voice echoed through the base speakers. It spoke in Galactic Standard, the words harsh and threatening. Attention intruders, you are trapped. All exits are sealed. Surrender the humans immediately and we may let you live, refuse, and you will die with them. Maya recognized the voice, the pirate leader. She had read his file during the journey, brutal. Experienced Captain Hayes moved to Maya's side. What is the plan? Maya studied the corridor layout on his data pad. We have 12 unarmed civilians, 4 armed team members, and enemies who expect us to either surrender or hide. So we do neither. What do we do? We hunt. His mandibles clicked sharply. Hunt, we are outnumbered 5 to 1. Numbers do not matter if the enemy is too scared to fight effectively. Maya looked at the rescued crew. Half of them wore civilian jumpsuits, but their eyes showed something else. These were not helpless captives. Captain, how many of your crew have military background? 6, including me. Former Earth Defense Force, various branches. Good, Shen, give weapons to anyone with combat training. They distributed plasma rifles and stun batons quickly. The armed crew members checked their weapons with practiced ease. Their civilian roles faded away. Muscle memory from old training took over. Santos, one of the crew, introduced himself. A man in his 30s with hands. Former Marine Corps, what do you need? Someone who can move fast and quiet. That is me. Maya pointed to the base layout. We are here. Pirates will expect us to head for the docking bay, so we go the opposite direction first. Why asked? Because we need to control the battlefield. Right now controls it. He knows where we are. He can seal doors and cut life support. We need to change that. How? We take the command center. Everyone stared at her. Even Hayes looked surprised. That is suicide, said. The command center will be heavily defended. Probably, but it will also give us control of base systems. Doors, sensors, communications, everything uses to hunt us. Hayes smiled slowly. You want to turn his own base against him. Exactly. I like it, but we need a distraction. Already planned. Maya turned to the crew without weapons. You 6 will head toward the docking bay. Make noise, let them chase you, lead them away from the command center. A young woman with engineering patches on her jumpsuit raised her hand. You want us to be bait? Yes, but safe bait. We'll guide you through maintenance passages. The pirates are too big to follow through those narrow spaces. You stay ahead of them, keep them busy. The engineer nodded. We can do that. Can you hack into their security cameras? Show the pirates what we want them to see. The technician worked on her portable computer. Yes, I can loop footage. Make it appear you are in multiple locations at once. Perfect, do it. They split into 2 groups. The unarmed crew followed toward the maintenance passages. Maya led the armed group in the opposite direction. They moved quickly through corridors, weapons ready. They encountered 2 pirates in the first minute. Maya heard them before seeing them. She signaled for silence and positioned her people. When the pirates rounded the corner, they walked into a trap. Santos moved first. He was fast despite his size. A quick strike to one pirate's weapon arm. The plasma rifle clattered to the floor. Hayes took the second pirate down with a precise stun baton strike. Both pirates collapsed unconscious. Do not kill unless necessary, Maya reminded everyone. Dead pirates are evidence of aggression. Unconscious pirates are just bad at their job. They continued. The base's layout became clear. Industrial corridors connected modular habitats. The command center sat at the core, protected by 3 security checkpoints. At the first checkpoint, 4 guards waited behind portable barriers. Plasma rifles aimed at the corridor. They know we are coming, observed. Good, Maya said. She looked up at the ceiling. Maintenance shafts ran above every major corridor. Santos, can you fit through that access panel? Santos studied the narrow opening. Barely. Take 2 others, get above the checkpoint. When I signal, drop flash grenades, not lethal, just disorienting. Santos nodded and climbed up with 2 other crew members. Maya waited until they were in position. Then she stepped into the open corridor where the guards could see her. Human, one guard called out. Surrender now. I have a better idea, Maya replied. She raised one hand and snapped her fingers. Flash grenades dropped from above. The corridor filled with blinding light and deafening noise. Maya and her team wore vision protection they had grabbed from the base's emergency stations. The pirates did not. While the guards stumbled blindly, Maya's team rushed forward. They disarmed the pirates with quick, efficient violence. No shots fired, no deaths, just 4 more unconscious bodies. Second checkpoint will be harder, Hayes warned. They will learn from this. Then we do something different. They reached the second checkpoint to find it abandoned. The guards had pulled back to the command center itself. Trap said immediately. Definitely, Maya agreed. Are you in their security system yet? His voice came through their communication devices. Yes, I can see 6 guards inside the command center. Heavy weapons, energy shields, they are waiting for you to breach the door. Can you cut their power? Not without cutting power to the entire base. Do it. What, but that will. Do it now. The lights went out. Emergency systems kicked in after 3 seconds, but those 3 seconds were enough. Maya's team had night vision equipment from their ship. The pirates did not. They breached the command center door while the pirates were still adjusting to darkness. Maya went in first, moving low and fast. A guard fired blindly. The plasma bolt struck the wall. Maya was already past him, her stun baton connecting with his armor's weak point. The fight lasted 15 seconds, 6 guards down, 0 casualties on Maya's side. Restore power. We control the command center now. Lights flickered back on. Maya moved to the main console and activated communication systems. This is Lieutenant Maya. We have your command center. Every door in this base now answers to us. Every camera shows us where your people are. You have one chance to surrender. Silence, then's voice filled with rage. You think you have one? I have 20 warriors. You have a few humans and weak allies. We will dig you out. You can try, but first let me show you something. Maya activated the base's external sensors. The display showed 3 Galactic Defense Force ships approaching at high speed. I sent a distress signal the moment we took this room. Help is coming. You have maybe 30 minutes before warships arrive. Your choices are simple. Surrender now and face trial, or fight and face execution. More silence. Maya could almost hear thinking. You are bluffing, he said finally. Those ships are too far away. Maybe, but are you willing to bet your life on it? Because I already bet mine getting here, and I won. The communication channel went dead. Maya turned to Hayes. He will not surrender. Pride matters too much to his kind. Then we finish this. No, we defend. We hold this position until the Galactic Defense Force arrives. You really called for backup? Yes, before we even entered the base. The distress signal was pre-programmed. Hayes laughed. You planned this from the start. I planned for multiple outcomes. It is how humans survived Earth. Check the command center's defenses, reinforced doors, internal shields, automated turrets covering all approaches. This position is defendable, but they will come hard. Let them come. We have advantages now. And they did come, sent his pirates in waves. The first wave hit the command center doors with plasma fire and breaching charges. Maya's team responded with precise counterfire. 3 pirates fell. The rest retreated. The second wave tried a different approach. They cut through the walls using industrial plasma torches. Maya had expected this. She used the base's internal sensors to track their progress and had Santos's team drop heavy equipment on them from above. 2 more pirates retreated with injuries. The third wave came from 3 directions simultaneously. This was more organized, more dangerous. Plasma fire filled the corridors around the command center. Maya's people took cover behind the reinforced furniture and responded carefully. One of Hayes's crew took a glancing plasma burn. Shen treated the injury immediately. They are testing our defenses, Maya said, learning our positions. What do we do? Santos asked. We make them think we are weak. Return fire but miss deliberately. Make them believe we are running out of ammunition. They followed her instructions. The pirates grew bolder. They advanced closer. Their fire intensified. Now, Maya said quietly. She activated the internal turrets. Automated plasma weapons emerged from ceiling compartments and opened fire with perfect accuracy. 6 pirates went down in seconds. The survivors fled in panic. Your people are dying for your pride, Maya called over the communication system. Surrender, save their lives. This time did not respond with words. He responded with action. The command center door exploded inward, entered through the smoke. He stood nearly 8 feet tall, his body enhanced with military cybernetics. One arm ended in a plasma cannon. The other held an energy blade. His eyes glowed with augmented targeting systems. No more tricks, human. No more running. You and me now. Maya stepped forward. Hayes tried to grab her arm. Do not, he will kill you. Probably not, but even if he does, you control this room. You hold until help arrives. Maya, that is an order, Captain. Maya walked toward. The massive pirate activated his energy blade. The weapon hummed with lethal power. You are brave, admitted. Foolish but brave, I will make your death quick. You talk too much, Maya observed. Sai's narrowed. He raised his plasma cannon and fired. Maya was already moving. She had watched him position his feet. She had seen his shoulder turn slightly. She knew where he would aim before he aimed. The plasma bolt missed her by inches. Fired twice more. Both shots went wide. Impossible, snarled. No one dodges plasma at this range. I am not dodging. I am reading you. Every movement tells me your next action. Charged forward with the energy blade. He was fast despite his size. The blade cut through the air where Maya had been standing, but she had already rolled aside. She came up with her stun baton and struck at his knee joint. The cybernetic enhancement absorbed most of the impact, but stumbled. Maya pressed the advantage. She moved inside his reach where his large weapons became liabilities. Her baton struck twice more. Neural disruption points on his armor. Swung his blade wildly. Maya ducked and struck his weapon arm. The energy blade flew from his grip. He tried to aim his plasma cannon. Maya grabbed his arm and redirected it. The shot went into the ceiling. You fight like a gasped. No honor, no rules. I fight to win. Honor is for people who can afford to lose. Maya struck his neck with precise force, not enough to kill but enough to disrupt his augmented systems. His eyes flickered. His enhancements went offline. He collapsed to his knees. Surrender, Maya said quietly. Your people are beaten, your base is captured, the war is over. Looked up at her. For the first time she saw fear in his eyes. What are you? I am human from Earth, a class 12 where everything tries to kill you from birth. We learn to read threats, to predict danger, to fight smarter instead of harder. She pressed her communication device. All pirates surrender immediately. Your leader is defeated. Galactic Defense Force ships will arrive soon. Your only choice now is how you want this to end. One by one, the remaining pirates put down their weapons. They had watched their strongest warrior fall to a human half his size. Their will to fight died with defeat. Shen treated the injured pirates alongside the human casualties, secured the prisoners with surprising gentleness. You showed mercy, he said to Maya. You could have killed them all. Killing is easy. Winning without killing takes skill. I am beginning to understand humans better. Good, maybe next time your people will not underestimate us. The Galactic Defense Force ships arrived 20 minutes later. Captain led the boarding team. He stopped when he saw the command center. Defeated pirates sat calmly under guard. Wounded received medical care. The base was secure and quiet. Lieutenant said slowly, how did you accomplish this? We predicted their actions. We controlled the battlefield. We used their own base against them. You defeated 20 pirates with 4 team members. 16 team members, Maya corrected. Captain Hayes's crew fought beside us. Looked at the rescued humans. They stood calmly, many bearing minor injuries, but all showing satisfaction at being alive and free. I must report this to the Galactic Council. What you have done here will change many perspectives about humans. We just did what needed doing, Maya said. Our people were in danger, we got them back. You made it look easy. It was not easy, it was necessary, there is a difference. Later, as they prepared to depart, Doctor arrived with a full science team. He examined everything. The command center takeover, the defeated pirates, the precise way humans had disabled security without causing unnecessary deaths. Lieutenant, he said finally, I must interview you. The galaxy needs to understand how humans think, how you predict, how you win against superior numbers. Maybe later, Doctor. Right now, I want to go home. But as Maya walked back to the Falcon with her team, she knew things had changed. Word would spread. The human who caught plasma, the human who defeated a pirate base with a small team, the human who proved that instincts were more valuable than anyone expected. Walked beside her. You said something earlier about reading threats and predicting danger. Can this be taught to other species? Maya considered. Some parts, maybe. Pattern recognition can be learned, but humans spent millions of years developing these instincts. We cannot teach that quickly. But you could try. Why do you ask? Because the galaxy has many threats. Pirates, raiders, hostile species. If humans can teach others even a fraction of your predictive ability, many lives could be saved. The Galactic Council chamber buzzed with conversation. Representatives from 40 species filled the circular hall. their voices creating a sound like water rushing over stones. Maya stood in the center platform, uncomfortable in the formal diplomatic uniform Ambassador Park had insisted she wear. 3 weeks had passed since the pirate base rescue. News had spread across known space faster than any ship could travel. The human who defeated, the species with predictive abilities, the small team that accomplished what should have required a fleet. Ambassador Park sat in the human delegation area, her expression carefully neutral. Beside her, Captain Hayes and Doctor reviewed data on portable displays. The council speaker, a tall elder named, raised her hand. The chamber fell silent. We gather today to hear testimony about the incident at the Nebula Pirate Base. Lieutenant Maya, please describe the events as they occurred. Maya took a breath. She had practiced this with Park. Keep it simple. Stick to facts. Do not speculate about alien psychology. We received word that pirates had captured the HSS Wanderer and her crew of 12 humans. Standard rescue protocols would have taken weeks. I assessed that immediate action was necessary to prevent the crew from being sold or harmed. You violated standard protocols, a council member interrupted. His voice carried accusation. I followed human protocols, Maya replied, which prioritize rapid response over extended planning when lives are at immediate risk. Your protocols are reckless. Our protocols saved 12 lives with 0 friendly casualties and minimal enemy deaths. I would not call that reckless. Raised her hand again. Continue your account, Lieutenant. Maya explained the approach, the turret pattern analysis, the command center capture, the pirate's surrender. She kept her tone neutral, stating facts without embellishment. And then you fought their leader in single combat? A representative asked. I disabled him, yes. How was a decorated warrior with military enhancements? You are, the hesitated, much smaller. Size matters less than understanding. I predicted his movements and exploited the weaknesses in his combat style. You claim to predict plasma weapons fire. Multiple species have tested this claim. All failed. They tested reaction speed. I use prediction. There is a difference. The looked skeptical. Demonstrate. Maya had expected this. She nodded to Park, who activated a concealed mechanism. A combat drone emerged from beneath the floor, plasma training weapon active. The drone is programmed with randomized firing patterns, explained. No predictable sequences. Lieutenant, if you can avoid 3 shots without injury, the council will accept your claims. Maya stepped back, giving herself space. The drone activated, its weapon tracking her with mechanical precision. The first shot fired. Maya was already moving. She had watched the drone's sensor array, seen the micro-adjustments in its aim point, and understood where it would fire. The plasma bolt passed through empty air. The second shot came from a different angle. Maya rolled, reading the drone's positioning algorithm. Another miss. The third shot attempted to lead her movement, but Maya had already changed direction, predicting that the drone would predict. The plasma went wide. The chamber erupted with sound. Some representatives spoke excitedly, others argued in disbelief. A few sat in stunned silence. Impossible, they whispered. No, Doctor stood up. Improbable, but not impossible. I have studied Lieutenant's methods extensively. She is not reacting to the weapon discharge. She is reading micro-indicators in the weapon system and predicting firing solutions before they are executed. How can organic perception be that precise? Because humans evolved under constant predatory pressure. Their pattern recognition exceeds any known species. What seems like superhuman reflexes is actually superhuman prediction. Called for order, the chamber quieted slowly. This demonstration raises questions about human military capabilities. Should we be concerned? Maya answered carefully. Humans are not aggressive by nature. We defend ourselves and our allies. We do not seek conflict. But we are very good at winning conflicts that others start. That sounds like a threat. That sounds like a fact. You asked me to be honest. This is honesty. A new voice spoke. Commander entered the chamber wearing formal military regalia. Council Speaker, I request permission to testify. Granted, state your name and role. Commander of the Defense Force, I participated in the rescue mission under Lieutenant's command. He paused. I also attempted to kill her 3 weeks before that. The chamber exploded with noise again, struggled to restore order. Explain yourself, Commander. Described the training facility incident. His challenge, Maya's evasion of his shots, his anger and the lethal shot she caught. I acted without honor that day. My pride was wounded and I lashed out. Lieutenant should have been killed. Instead, she showed me that humans operate on principles I did not understand. What principles? Prediction over reaction, understanding over strength, risk assessment that seems insane but is actually calculated. Looked at Maya. Humans are not superior warriors in the traditional sense. They are superior thinkers, and in combat, thinking wins more battles than strength. A representative rose. My species has fought countless wars. We have never encountered prediction-based combat doctrine. Because most species evolved on safer worlds, Maya said. You developed civilization before you developed advanced threat prediction. Humans did the opposite. We predicted threats for millions of years before we built cities. So humans are uniquely dangerous. Humans are uniquely adapted to danger. There is a difference. Doctor spoke again. Council, I propose we consider this an opportunity rather than a threat. Humans could teach other species their methods, not to create warriors, but to improve survival across the galaxy. You want humans to train galactic defense forces? The representative sounded interested. Not train entire forces, but share knowledge, teach pattern recognition, improve predictive analysis. These skills have applications beyond combat. Considered, what does Earth request in return for sharing this knowledge? Maya glanced at Park. They had discussed this. Park nodded. Nothing, Maya said. We share freely. Knowledge kept secret benefits no one. Knowledge shared benefits everyone. The chamber fell silent. This was not expected. You want no compensation? Asked carefully. We want friendship. We want to be part of the galactic community. We want our people safe. Teaching you helps achieve all of those goals. A scientist stood. I support this proposal. Human methods could revolutionize our understanding of threat assessment. I also support it, added. Working with Lieutenant showed me that my species has much to learn. One by one, representatives voiced support. Not all agreed. Some remained suspicious, but the majority saw opportunity. Called for a formal vote. The result was clear. The Council approved a new program, the Cross-Species Tactical Training Initiative. Humans would serve as advisors, teaching pattern recognition and predictive thinking to interested species. Maya was offered the position of director. She accepted. Later, in a private conference room, Park sat with Maya and Hayes. You handled that well, Park said. Though I had a few nervous moments when you started talking about humans being good at winning conflicts. I was honest. You said honesty builds trust. Careful honesty, not blunt honesty. Hayes laughed. Maya has one setting, direct. It worked, though, Park admitted. The Council respects directness. Most species dance around difficult topics. You stated uncomfortable facts clearly. So what happens now? Maya asked. Now you build a program, select instructors, develop curriculum, teach the galaxy what Earth learned through millions of years of survival. That is a big responsibility. You caught plasma with your bare hand and defeated a pirate base with a handful of people. I think you can handle teaching. A message alert beeped. Park checked her device. Her expression changed. What is it? Maya asked. Request from the Defense Force. They want you to visit there, train their special forces units in predictive combat. Just me. They specifically requested you. Apparently has been telling everyone about the human who beat him. Should I go? Park smiled. That is up to you, but this is how alliances are built, one relationship at a time. Maya considered. Tell them yes, but I want to bring a team, including if he is willing. You want the warrior who tried to kill you on your teaching team. He understands both traditional combat and human methods. That makes him perfect for bridging the gap. Hayes shook her head. You are either the most forgiving person I have ever met or the craziest. Maybe both. They laughed. The tension from the Council testimony faded. For a moment, they were just three humans in a strange place, trying to figure out their role in a vast galaxy. Maya stood and walked to the window. The Galactic Council station orbited a beautiful blue world. Ships came and went constantly. Hundreds of species, thousands of individuals, all coexisting in fragile peace. "You know what I realized?" Maya said quietly. "What?" Park asked. "The galaxy operates on assumptions that feel natural to species from safe worlds. Slow, careful planning, risk avoidance, minimal acceptable outcomes, but Earth taught humans different lessons: fast adaptation, calculated risks, optimal outcomes even if difficult. And maybe the galaxy needs both perspectives. The careful thinking of species who evolved in peace, the adaptive thinking of species who evolved in danger. Together, we might be stronger than either approach alone." Hayes joined her at the window. "That is unusually philosophical for you." "I have been thinking a lot lately about what it means to be human in a galaxy that does not understand humans." "And what does it mean?" "It means we have something unique to offer. Not better, not worse, just different, and different perspectives make everyone smarter." Entered the room without knocking. His mandibles clicked with what Maya now recognized as nervousness. "Lieutenant, I heard about the request. I want to join your teaching team." "I already requested you." His eyes widened. "After what I did." "Because of what you did. You learned to see beyond your assumptions. That makes you perfect for helping others learn the same thing." "I do not deserve your trust." "Trust is not about deserving. Trust is about choosing. I choose to trust you." Was silent for a moment, then he clicked his mandibles in the pattern Maya had learned meant respect. "I will not fail you." "I know." Over the following weeks, Maya assembled her team, brought perspective. Shen offered medical and biological insights, contributed technical analysis. Hayes added military experience. Together, they developed training protocols. The first class gathered on the 20 Special Forces soldiers from various species, all elite warriors, all skeptical that a human could teach them anything useful. Maya stood before them in a simple training uniform. No impressive equipment, no elaborate displays, just her and a plasma rifle. "You all think you know combat," she began. "You have trained for years, you have fought real battles, you are the best your species can produce." She paused. "And you are thinking about threats wrong." A soldier, bigger than had been, stood up. "You claim to know more than us." "I claim to think differently than you. There is a difference." Maya gestured to the rifle. "Grab that weapon and shoot me." The moved fast, faster than most humans could track. He seized the rifle, aimed, and fired in one smooth motion. Maya was not there. She had moved before he committed to the grab. The plasma bolt struck the far wall. "How?" The stared at his hands. "Because I watched you before you moved. Your muscles tensed, your weight shifted, your breathing changed. You told me what you planned to do before you did it." "That is impossible. I am trained to give no signs." "You gave dozens of signs. You just do not know you gave them because no one ever taught you to recognize them in yourself." Maya spent the next hour demonstrating. She dodged shots, predicted attacks, read intentions from body language. By the end, every soldier in the room understood they had been missing an entire dimension of combat awareness. "This is what I will teach you," Maya said. "Not to be human. You cannot learn in weeks what took humanity millions of years to evolve. But you can learn to see patterns, to predict intentions, to think one step ahead instead of reacting one step behind." The training program grew. More species requested human instructors. More soldiers learned predictive methods. Success stories began filtering back to the council. Hostage situations resolved without casualties. Battles won before shots were fired. Pirates surrendering because they realized resistance was futile. 6 months after the council testimony, Maya received a message from an unexpected source. The pirate leader she had defeated. He was serving time at a rehabilitation facility, part of the galactic justice system. The message was brief. "You showed me mercy when you could have killed me. You taught me that strength is not the same as power. I want to repay that lesson. If you ever need information on criminal networks, I will provide it." Maya showed the message to Park. "A criminal informant," Park said. "Not the kind of ally I expected you to make." "Neither did I, but Earth taught us that enemies today might be allies tomorrow. People can change." "Do you trust him?" "I trust that he means what he said. Whether I trust him completely, time will tell." More messages arrived. From soldiers Maya had trained, from species she had helped. from individuals who had learned to see patterns in chaos and found hope in understanding. One message came from a young named. I used your methods to predict a reactor malfunction on my station. We evacuated before the explosion. You saved 300 lives without even being here. Maya read that message several times. She realized something important. Combat applications were valuable, but the real power of predictive thinking went far beyond fighting. We are teaching the wrong thing, she told her team during a planning session. What do you mean? Hayes asked. We are teaching combat prediction, but these methods apply to everything. Engineering failures, medical emergencies, social conflicts, any situation where reading patterns matters. Clicked thoughtfully. You want to expand the program beyond military applications. Yes, humans developed prediction for survival, but survival means more than fighting. It means anticipating all threats and opportunities. They revised the curriculum, added modules on industrial safety, medical diagnosis, crisis management, conflict resolution. The program transformed. It was no longer about creating better warriors. It was about creating better thinkers. Doctor visited Maya's office on the council station. I have been reviewing program data. The results are remarkable. Accident rates have decreased on stations using your methods. Medical response times have improved. Even diplomatic negotiations have become more effective. Because understanding comes before action, Maya said. That is the core principle. Yes, and it is so simple that I wonder why we never thought of it before. Because you did not need to. Your species evolved on safer worlds. Slow thinking was sufficient. Humans needed fast thinking just to survive childhood on Earth. The Class 12 advantage. Not advantage, adaptation. There is a difference. Smiled, you always make that distinction. Why? Because advantage suggests superiority. Adaptation suggests response to environment. Humans are not better than other species. We are different because Earth made us different. A wise perspective. A human perspective. We know we are not superior because Earth spent millions of years proving we were not superior. We just learned to survive despite our limitations. As Doctor left, Maya returned to the window. She watched ships dock and depart. Alien species working together, learning from each other, growing stronger through cooperation. Earth had given humanity many gifts: physical endurance, adaptability, pattern recognition. But the emergency alert woke Maya from the first real sleep she had gotten in 3 days. Her personal communicator flashed red, priority message from the Galactic Defense Force. She answered immediately. Captain's face appeared, his expression grim. Lieutenant, we have a situation. Hostile forces have taken control of the mining colony. 2,000 civilians trapped. The attackers are demanding ransom and threatening to execute hostages if we approach with military forces. Maya was already dressing. Who are the attackers? Former pirates, survivors from various crews we have broken up over the past year. They are calling themselves the Free Captains Coalition. They claim the Galactic Council has no right to police neutral space. How many hostiles? Estimated 40 to 50. Well armed. They control the colony's life support and communication systems. And they said no military approach. Specifically, they said no Galactic Defense Force ships. They are monitoring all approaches. Maya understood immediately, but they did not say anything about human ships. I cannot officially suggest. You do not need to. I will handle this. Give me 30 minutes. She contacted her team, arrived first, fully armed and ready. Hayes came next with 5 crew members from the Wanderer. Shen brought advanced medical equipment, carried electronic warfare gear. Just like old times, Hayes said with a tight smile. Hopefully easier than last time, Maya replied. We have something we did not have before. What? Reputation. Every pirate in the galaxy knows what happened too. That gives us a psychological advantage. They took the Falcon again. The small ship had become famous in its own right, the vessel that defeated a pirate base. As they traveled toward, Maya gathered intelligence. The Free Captains are led by someone named, reported. Interesting name. Mandibles clicked sharply. That is my brother's name. Everyone turned to look at him. Your brother is leading a pirate coalition, Maya asked carefully. My younger brother. He was expelled from the Defense Force 5 years ago for refusing orders. I have not spoken to him since. His voice carried pain. He always believed might made right. He rejected our people's evolution toward cooperation. Will that be a problem? For him, yes. He will not expect me to be with you. They approached cautiously. The mining colony sat on an asteroid rich in rare elements. Thousands of workers lived in connected habitat domes. Now those domes were under hostile control. I am detecting communication signals, said. The pirates are broadcasting on multiple channels. They want everyone to know they are in charge. Can you intercept their internal communications? Already doing it. They are arguing about what to do next. Some want to negotiate. Others want to start executing hostages to prove they are serious. Time is critical then. How are they monitoring approaches? 6 sensor satellites in orbit. Standard pirate equipment. If we get within 10,000 kilometers, they will detect us. Maya studied the tactical display. Can you spoof their sensors, make it look like we are somewhere else? For a while, maybe 10 minutes before they realize something is wrong. That is enough. Maya pointed to a debris field near the asteroid. We hide in there, use the metal fragments to mask our signature, then we approach in EVA suits during their sensor blind spot. Hayes raised an eyebrow. You want a spacewalk to a hostile colony. They are watching for ships, not individual humans in suits. That is insane. That is unexpected, which makes it perfect. They positioned the Falcon in the debris field. Maya suited up with her team, 8 people total, a small force for a rescue operation. But as had learned, numbers mattered less than strategy. They launched from the Falcon using minimal thrust. Maya led them through the debris using fragments for cover. The approach took 2 hours. 2 hours of careful navigation, watching sensor patterns, timing movements between satellite sweeps. They reached the colony's outer hull undetected, connected to an emergency airlock access port. I need 3 minutes to bypass security. You have 5. After that, someone might check the sensors and realize we are here. Worked with focused intensity. Her small hands moved rapidly across holographic controls. 2 minutes passed. 3. At 4 minutes and 30 seconds, the airlock opened. They entered the colony's maintenance level. The corridors were empty. Emergency lights cast everything in red. Where are the hostages? Maya whispered. Checked her data pad. Main habitat dome, central area. The pirates have gathered everyone in one location for easier control. And where are the pirates? Scattered throughout the facility, some guarding the hostages, others watching entry points. Their leader is in the command center. Maya made a decision. We split up. Hayes, take 3 people and secure a path to the hostages. Do not engage unless necessary. You come with me. We are going to the command center. Just 2 of us, asked. Your brother will talk to you. That gives us an advantage. They moved through empty corridors. Maya's team had trained together for months. They communicated with hand signals and understood each other's movements. Hayes's group encountered 2 pirates first. The confrontation lasted 3 seconds. Both pirates went down quietly. Hayes dragged them into a storage room and secured the door. Maya reached the command center. 4 guards stood outside, recognized 2 of them from his military service, former soldiers who had chosen criminal paths. This is going to be difficult, said quietly. Only if we fight, follow my lead. Maya stepped into view. The guards raised their weapons immediately. I am Lieutenant Maya, she announced calmly. I am here to speak with. Tell him his brother has come to talk. The guards looked at each other. One spoke into his communicator. A moment later, the command center door opened. Stood in the doorway. He looked like but younger, his exoskeleton still bearing the marks of military enhancement, his 6 eyes fixed on his brother. I heard you were working with humans now. I did not believe it. Believe it, brother. These people taught me that strength without wisdom is just violence. Philosophy, you always were weak, gestured them inside. The guards followed, weapons ready. The command center showed the entire colony on multiple screens. Maya could see the hostages crowded in the main dome. Families, workers, children, all terrified. You came to negotiate? Asked. I came to offer you a choice, Maya said. Surrender now, face justice, or continue this and face something worse. Threats from a human? Laughed. I know about you, Lieutenant, the human who defeated, very impressive, but I am not. I have 50 warriors and 2,000 hostages. What do you have? Understanding. Understanding of what? Understanding that you are afraid. His mandibles stopped clicking. I fear nothing. You fear irrelevance. You fear that the galaxy is changing and leaving you behind. You fear that cooperation and wisdom are replacing strength and dominance. So you gather other frightened people and call it a coalition. You know nothing about me. I know you are brother. I know you were expelled from service for refusing to evolve. I know that every pirate here is the same. People who could not adapt to a changing galaxy. Moved closer, his voice dangerous. Careful, human, I could kill you before your heart beats twice. You could try, but then what? You still have 50 warriors who are watching their leader. If I defeat you like I defeated, they will lose faith. Your coalition will fall apart. If you defeat me, that is a big assumption. Maya smiled. I have defeated everyone who has challenged me, not because I am stronger, because I am smarter, because I see patterns you miss, because I predict your actions before you take them. Then predict this, pulled a plasma pistol and aimed at Maya's chest. Started to move. Maya raised a hand, stopping him. I predict you will not fire, Maya said calmly. Why? Because you are not sure you can hit me. You have heard the stories. You know I have caught plasma before. And you know that if you miss, or if I survive, your authority is finished. Held the weapon steady. Seconds passed. The room held its breath. Besides, Maya continued, killing me does not solve your problem. My team is already in position throughout this facility. If I do not report in within 3 minutes, they will begin taking down your people. Quietly, efficiently, until you are alone with your hostages and no warriors. Bluffing. Maya touched her communicator. Hayes, status report. Hayes's voice came through clearly. 6 hostiles neutralized, secured the path to the main dome, awaiting your signal. His expression changed. He looked at the command center displays. 6 of his people were indeed missing from their posts. How? Because humans are very good at moving unseen. We spent millions of years hunting prey that could run faster and hide better than us. We learned patience, stealth, perfect timing. Lowered his weapon slightly. What do you want? Let the hostages go. Surrender peacefully. Face justice through proper channels. And if I refuse? Then I continue taking down your warriors one by one until you have no one left. Then I come for you. And unlike your brother, I will not be as understanding about family complications. Spoke for the first time since entering. Brother, she is right. This path leads nowhere. You can surrender with dignity now or be defeated with humiliation later. You lecture me about dignity, you who serves humans like a pet. I serve alongside humans as an ally. There is a difference. They taught me that true strength comes from growth, not stubbornness. Maya watched the brothers carefully. She saw wavering. Pride fought with pragmatism. Fear battled with hope. Your coalition members are watching you, Maya said quietly. Show them leadership means making hard choices, not the easy choice of fighting until everyone is hurt, but the hard choice of accepting when you are beaten and protecting your people from further harm. They will call me weak. They will call you smart. Strong leaders know when to fight and when to yield. Weak leaders only know fighting. Was silent for a long moment, then he set down his weapon. You win, human, not because you are stronger, because you are right. This was foolish. He activated the communication system. All coalition members, this is, stand down, release the hostages, prepare for peaceful surrender. The response was not immediate. Some pirates argued, others hesitated. But one by one, the alternative was facing human tactics they had heard about but never experienced. Maya contacted the Galactic Defense Force. Captain, the situation is resolved. Hostages are safe. Perpetrators are surrendering peacefully. His voice carried disbelief. How did you accomplish this so quickly? We talked instead of fought. Turns out words work better than weapons when you use them correctly. Within an hour, Galactic Defense Force ships arrived. They secured the prisoners and began evacuating the hostages. Medical teams treated minor injuries. No one had died. No one was seriously hurt. Captain met Maya in the colony's command center. Lieutenant, I need your report. The council will want details. We used prediction and psychology. We showed that continuing was pointless. He made the smart choice. You make it sound simple. It was simple, not easy, but simple. Understand what people fear, understand what they want. Offer them a path that addresses both. Stood with his brother, they spoke quietly in their native language. Maya gave them privacy. Whatever they discussed was family business. Later, as they prepared to depart, approached Maya. I underestimated you. I thought humans were just another species trying to survive in a big galaxy. We are trying to survive, but we learned survival means more than fighting. It means adapting, learning, growing. Will you teach that to others? Already doing it, our program has trained thousands. Could it have saved me from this path? Maya considered. Maybe, if you had learned to see past your assumptions, to value adaptation over tradition. But you can still learn those things. Time and rehabilitation facility might give you that chance. I will think about what you said, about leadership meaning hard choices. Good, because the galaxy needs leaders who think, not just fight. The Falcon departed with everyone safe. Maya sat in the cockpit watching the stars. Hayes joined her. That was your cleanest operation yet. No casualties, no major property damage, just perfect psychology and timing. We got lucky, was smart enough to listen. You give luck too much credit, that was skill. Skill and luck both matter. Earth taught us to maximize skill and pray for luck. Hayes laughed, very human philosophy. Back at the Galactic Council station, news of the rescue spread quickly. The human who talked down a hostage situation. The human who predicted pirate psychology. The human who proved violence was not always necessary. Ambassador Park met Maya in her office. The Council wants to expand your program again. They want human negotiators trained and deployed across the galaxy. I am not a negotiator. I am a soldier who learned to think. You are whatever the situation needs you to be. That is what makes you effective. Maya sat down tiredly. Ambassador, I am one person. I cannot train the entire galaxy. You are not one person anymore. You have trained hundreds who have trained thousands. Your methods are spreading. In 5 years, there will be millions who think like you do, who see patterns, who predict instead of react. That is a lot of responsibility. It is a lot of impact. Earth gave humanity many gifts, but the greatest gift might be the one you are giving the galaxy now, the gift of thinking differently. Doctor entered with his usual enthusiasm. Lieutenant, I have been analyzing incident reports from stations using your training methods. Violence is down 40%. Accidents are down 30%. Productivity is up 20%. Your program is revolutionizing galactic society. I just taught people to think ahead. Exactly, such a simple concept, yet so powerful when applied consistently. Maya walked to the window. She looked out at the station, at the ships, at the vast galaxy beyond. Somewhere out there, people she had trained were applying human methods, predicting dangers, seeing patterns, saving lives. Earth had been a harsh teacher, millions of years of predators, diseases, disasters, and dangers. Humanity had survived by learning to see threats before they arrived, to read patterns in chaos, to predict the unpredictable. Now that knowledge belonged to the galaxy. Do you ever wonder what happens next? Hayes asked, joining her at the window. Every day, but wondering is not the same as knowing. Very philosophical. Very human. We wonder because we cannot predict everything. We act because we must anyway. Entered the office. Lieutenant, I have news. My brother has requested enrollment in your training program. He wants to learn the methods that defeated him. That is good news. He said something interesting. He said he spent years believing strength was all that mattered. Then he met someone who defeated him without superior strength. It changed his perspective. Perspective changes everything. Indeed, paused. I have a question. When you caught my plasma bolt months ago, were you certain the glove would protect you? Maya smiled slightly. No, I was about 70% certain. But you did it anyway. Because letting the bolt hit someone else was not acceptable, so I took the risk. You gambled with your life. Life is a gamble. On Earth, existence itself was gambling. Play it smart and you might survive. Play it stupid and you definitely will not. Is that how all humans think? Most of us, yes. We accept uncertainty because we have no choice. Then we act anyway because giving up is not in our nature. More requests arrived. More species wanted training. More situations needed human insight. Maya's program grew beyond anything she had imagined when she first caught that plasma bolt. But she remembered something important. She was not building an empire or establishing dominance. She was sharing knowledge, the same way Earth had shared its harsh lessons with humanity over millions of years. 6 months later, Maya stood in a training facility on a distant world. 20 new instructors waited for final certification. They represented 15 species. All had learned predictive thinking. All would return home to teach others. "You have learned to see patterns," Maya told them. "You have learned to predict behavior. You have learned that understanding comes before action. Now you will teach others, not to make them human, but to make them better at being themselves." A young raised her hand. "Instructor, what is the most important lesson Earth taught humanity?" Maya thought carefully. "That survival requires change. Species that could not adapt went extinct. Humans survived because we constantly adapted. We changed our tools, our thinking, our society. The only constant was our willingness to be different tomorrow than we were today. So we should always change. You should always be willing to change when change makes sense. Stay true to your values, but never stop learning, never stop growing, never assume you know everything." The instructors graduated. They returned to their worlds. They taught others who taught others. The ripple effect continued. A year after catching plasma in a training facility, Maya received an award from the Galactic Council, the Star of Understanding, given to individuals who advanced cooperation between species. She accepted it quietly, then she returned to her work. Because there were still threats to predict, still patterns to recognize, still lives to save. And Maya had learned on Earth that the work never truly ended. You just got better at doing it. She stood once more at the observation window, watching ships travel between stars. Each ship carried people who now thought a little differently, who saw a little more clearly, who predicted a little better. Earth had given humanity the tools to survive a deadly world. Now humanity was giving those tools to a galaxy that needed them. Not because humans were superior, but because knowledge shared was knowledge. And in a vast galaxy filled with dangers, every species needed every advantage they could get. Maya smiled. Somewhere out there, someone was dodging a threat they had predicted. Someone was preventing an accident they had foreseen. Someone was solving a problem they had understood before it became critical. Earth's legacy spreading across the stars. One prediction at a time. The human who caught plasma had become the human who taught the galaxy to catch opportunities, predict dangers, and survive through understanding rather than force. And as Maya watched the endless dance of ships and stars, she knew this was just the beginning. Because humans had one more lesson Earth had taught them. The future belonged to those who could see it coming. Maybe the greatest gift was simpler. Earth had taught humans that survival required learning, and learning never stopped. The galaxy was learning now, learning that different did not mean wrong, learning that new perspectives had value, learning that the species from the dangerous world had wisdom worth hearing. Maya smiled. The human who caught plasma had become the human who taught the galaxy to catch opportunities before they vanished. Maya smiled. "I will think about it." As the Falcon left the pirate base behind, Maya sat in the cockpit and watched the stars. She thought about words, about teaching others, about sharing human knowledge. Maybe the galaxy was not ready for humans yet, but maybe humans were exactly what the galaxy needed. Dangerous." "Well," Hayes said calmly, "I guess we fight our way out." Maya shook her head. "No, we are not fighting our way out. We are making them wish they had never touched a human ship in the first place." Maya heard their whispers. She did not care. 12 humans needed help. That was all that mattered. In 1 hour, they would depart, and the pirates who took her people would learn what humans from Earth meant by determination.